Good evening and welcome back to our Food for Thought segment. This is the sports betting top picks and plays for college basketball. This is the college basketball edition, Tuesday, February the 4th. We're here to discuss the slate of games with you. We'll go over a few games here. First game we're going to look at is Davidson on the road at Dayton. Dayton, 8.5 point favorites, total 143.5. It's now come down all the way to 141.5, and we're at 9.5. So that's what we're seeing right now. Let's see. Yeah, 9.5. We're seeing it. Let's see what else we see here. That's it. It hasn't really moved much. It's still 9.5. Yeah, it still hasn't really, not much movement here. Let's just see. Yeah, all the way up to 9.5. That's it. The total is still, like we mentioned, 141, so it's come down. So I do have a play on this game. We'll look into this further. Dayton. Let's see. First meeting of the season, Davidson 5-5 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 through the over/under. 1-4 in the last 5 games, Davidson, and are 3-2 to the over. Dayton, 5-5 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Dayton 4-1 last 5 games, and 3-2 to the over. So both teams are playing to the over, although the number's coming down. Let me see here. Dayton, 9.5 point favorite. Let's look at this one further. Davidson is on the road. Let's see. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna look at Davidson here. Davidson and the 9.5. That's the look I'm gonna take. Davidson and the 9.5. In the past, I know Dayton's covered Davidson in the past. They beat him in the past before. But I'm going to particularly, let me look here. Let me look at this again. Hold on. 141. Let me take a look at this some more. Hold on. Let me look at this further. Let me take a deep dive here. Let's look at this college game here. It's a bit of a tricky game. Let me see something. Davidson, Dayton. Let me take a look at the first half in this one. Let me see here. I might do a first half play. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do the first half. I'm going to take Davidson in the first half, plus 5.5. I think they keep it close early. This is probably the best angle to take. Davidson first half, plus 5.5. I think they keep it close early. And then second half, Dayton slightly pulls away. But I'm not sure if they're going to cover the 10, in my opinion, or the 9.5. So I'll take Davidson here in the first half, plus 5.5. This game is a 7 o'clock start, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start. Next game is St. Louis at Massachusetts. St. Louis, UMass opened up as a pick'em, total 150.5. Right now, St. Louis is getting all the money. It was at 2 before. Now we're seeing 1.5 in this one. No twos. This is interesting. I definitely have a pick on this game. Yeah, I got a pick on this game for sure. I'll give that to you in a moment. Not really a lot of movement there, but I do have a pick on that game. St. Louis and UMass. So this is the first meeting of the season. St. Louis 7-3 last 10, 5-4 against the spread, 1-8 to the under. So they're 1-4 to the under last 5 games. UMass 5-5 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 5-5 over under. UMass 4-1 last 5 games, and they are 2-3 to the under. St. Louis last 5 games, 3-2 last 5. Yeah, so I definitely have a play on this game. This is another 7 o'clock start. My play for this game is St. Louis at UMass. This one here. Let me look at this further. But I have a play on this one. I like the total on the side. First, I'll tell you what the side's going to be. St. Louis UMass. Let's see. Yes, so UMass plus 1.5. I like UMass here. And I like the under 152.5. That's my play on that. Under 152.5. So UMass plus 1.5, and the under 152.5. Both teams are playing and trending to the under, so this is an under play for sure. Like that a lot. Next game, Wichita at Charlotte. Wichita -3. Total 143 in Charlotte. Right now we're seeing still 3.5. Hasn't really moved. This is another one. It's gone to 4. We're seeing a 4. Only 1 4 on the board. A couple 4s coming up now. Now we're seeing the 4s come up. And we see 145.5. Some books 146, so let's look here. Yes, and totals at 145.5. So look into this one further. Charlotte at Wichita State on the road at Charlotte. Let's look at this one here. -4. They played already 2 weeks ago. They played in Wichita State. Charlotte was a 10.5-point underdog at home. Charlotte covered, but they lost by 9, 68-59, and it went under 149. Since then, Wichita 3-7 the last 10 games, 2-6 against the spread, 4-5 to the under. Since then, Wichita's lost 4 straight games. They've lost 4 straight, and they are 1-4 last 5 games, and 1-4 to the under. Charlotte 1-9 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, or 4-6 to the under. 1-4 last 5 games, Charlotte, and 2-3 to the under. I like Charlotte here a lot. I agree with the public. I like Charlotte. Charlotte's covered 4 straight games. Well, they're 4-1 the last 5 games as an underdog, so they've been covering spreads. I would even take them here. I'm seeing 4s now on this game. I take it at +4. So shop around for +4 because I'm seeing 4s right now. I take it +4 Charlotte. I would take him at +4. But shop around for the best number. I take +4 Charlotte here. I like him in this spot. I think they stick around. They hang around this one. But look for that. Make sure it's +4, not 3.5. Very, very important. So that's the game I like. I don't have a side for this one. I would lean to the under 145.5. I'd lean to the under. So under 145.5 plus 4 Charlotte. I like that's my play there. Next game, Penn State at home against Minnesota. This one opened up -9, total 142. Right now we're seeing 7.5 and 7 on the board, and it's 140.5, 141. So we're seeing that right now. Let's see.
Alert.
Okay, so the total is 140. Let's see. Okay, so we'll look into this game further. That's Penn State at Minnesota. One moment. We'll look into this further. Okay, so the last 10 games we see Minnesota 4 and 6 last 10, 5 and 5 against the spread, 7 and 3 to the over, and 3 and 2 last 5 games, and are 3 and 2 to the over. That's Minnesota. Penn State 3 and 7 last 10 games, 5 and 5 against the spread, 4 and 6 to the under, and 1 and 5 last 5 games, and are 1 and 4 to the under. So both teams are playing Penn State playing to the under, Minnesota playing to the over. My play on this game, I like Minnesota and the points. It's 7.5. Let me just check here. Some books have 7. Yeah, you want to get 7.5. Try and find 7.5. I do like Minnesota here in the points. That's my play. Plus 7.5 Minnesota. Minnesota, like I said, they've been covering 4 of the last 5 games. They've covered. So they've been a covering machine on the road. Mainly on the road they've been covering. So I like Minnesota here in this spot as a dog. I like him here. They've been playing very well. They've been covering. At Iowa, they've covered at Maryland. So they've covered at a few tough venues. So yeah, I like Minnesota. I know they lost 2 straight, but I like Minnesota here to cover here against Penn State. I like him in this spot. Penn State, they haven't. Yeah, Penn State's they've only covered once as a favorite against Rutgers. That was it. But they barely covered that game. But I like Minnesota here. I like him on the points. Plus 7.5 is good. I like that. Penn State hasn't proven that they can cover on the road at home. By more than they barely scraped by Rutgers, like I said. I don't trust them here. I like Minnesota here. Next game is Florida Vanderbilt. Florida at home -13, total 156. Right now it's gone to 12. It's mainly 12s on the board, and it's 155.5. Mainly 12s. Let's see. Yeah, it's 12 on the board. Florida is favored. So this game, let's look at this game here. Florida Vanderbilt, let's see. Let's see, let me look here. I'm going to take Vanderbilt in the first half, plus 7.5. I like Vanderbilt here in this spot. I think they covered the first half here. I like him here a lot. They're in a very good spot here for a cover. I feel that they'll come out strong, hang early, and then Florida pulls away late. But I'm not sure if they pull away. But I'm not sure if they're going to cover the 11.5 or 12. So I take Vanderbilt in the first half. That's my play for that game. Next game that I like here for the college, Kentucky, Mississippi, -3, opened up at total 157. Right now we're seeing 4.5s, 4.5 on the board, mainly 4.5. Total 159. Yeah, 159 is the total. Let's look at this one here. So Kentucky at Ole Miss. First meeting of the season, Kentucky against other opposition, 5-5 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 over under. They're 2-3 last 5 games, Kentucky, and 3-2 to the over, Kentucky. Ole Miss, 5-5 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. 1-4 last 5 games, and 3-2 to the over last 5 games. I believe this is going to be a look-ahead spot for Kentucky. They have South Carolina next. Remember, they lost to South Carolina last year, and they've beaten Ole Miss so many times. They've beaten Ole Miss 3 times in a row. I understand Kentucky's come off a loss, but I believe they look past the Ole Miss here in this spot. They're on the road. They look past them, and I like Ole Miss here to cover. I like him to cover the 4.5. I like him here. I understand they haven't covered any spreads this year. Oh, they covered LSU. They did cover one spread at home against LSU, and they covered Georgia in the spot. They covered Georgia and LSU. And this is conference play. They have covered, and they're in a similar spot here. It's a 4.5-5 situation. Total, it's up a little bit by 10 points, 157. But I like Ole Miss here. I believe they covered the spread here. They're going to cover. I like him at -5. I like him right here. -5. I believe they cover this. They're going to cover. I like him here. Perfect spot for them to bounce back. I like him in this spot. So 4.5 -5. Ole Miss for me. The total, nothing there for the total. Next game. Iowa, Purdue. Purdue is -7.5, total of 153. Right now it's all the way down to 6.5. This thing has dropped heavy. Yeah, it's 6.5 right now at 155. Let's see here. Right, it's dropped down to 155. It's come down to 6.5. And the total again, 155, 156.5. Let's see. We're getting 155 here. Let's look at this one here. I would lean to the under in this game. Under 156.5, but I like even better. I like Purdue and the over 81.5 points. 81.5 points team total, Purdue over. I like that one better. So I would take that one. That's the one I like the most. Team total Purdue over 81.5 points. They've been averaging about that anyway. They've been averaging that and more in the last few games. So I like him here at Iowa to get those points. Next game I like is going to be Drake at Murray State. This one here, this is the next game that I have a play on. Drake is -5, total 122.5. Right now it is at 4.5. It's come down. 4.5. We've been seeing some 4s. It's coming down a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, it's come down. So it's been 5. It's come all the way down to 4. So it's dropping a little bit. I have a play on this game for sure. And let's see. Yeah, I do have a play on this game. We'll look into this further. This is the Drake matchup. Drake, Murray State. Now, they did play about a month ago at Drake. Drake was a 10-point favorite. Murray State covered and won 66-59, and it was under 126. So this is basically the rematch. Drake, this is a rematch at Murray State. So the first game was at Drake, and Murray State won. Drake hoping to return the favor. They're 4.5-point favorites, 8-2 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Drake has won. After the Murray State loss, they had won 8 games in a row. They've won 8 straight games. And out of the 8 games, they've covered half of those games. 4 of those games they've covered against laying points, and are 3-2 to the over. So Drake's offense has pushed it up a notch, or pushed it up a gear. Drake's offense. Murray State 4-6 the last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Murray State's last 3 games in a row, but they've gone over the total. They're not playing any sort of defense whatsoever. 1-4 last 5, 5-0 to the over. So there's one way to look at this game. I like Drake. 4.5, and I like Drake 4.5. I'll put it like that. I wouldn't talk you off the money line, but I like Drake 4.5. I think they cover here. This is a focus spot for Drake. I think they definitely cover the spread here. Murray State, yeah, I like Drake here. -4.5. I like them a lot. They have won at Murray State before, so it's nothing new. So I think they get it done. Focus spot, they get it done. I think they get it done here, big time. Next game, St. Bonaventure at Loyola Marymount, -2. Loyola Chicago. Excuse me, Loyola Chicago at home -2 versus St. Bonaventure, and the total's 132. Right now we're looking at 3.5 threes coming across the board, and it is at 134. Let's see. Yeah, 134 threes. Let's see. Yeah, so, and the total's going up. Okay, I definitely have a play on this game. That's Bonaventure, Chicago, and then Loyola Chicago. Let's see. Definitely got a play on this one. Loyola Chicago. Last 10 games, 5-5 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 7-3 to the over against other opposition. So this is the first meeting between St. Bonaventure and Loyola Chicago. St. Bonaventure is 2-3 the last 5 games, and are 4-1 to the over. That's St. Bonaventure. Loyola Chicago 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Last 5 games they are 2-3 to the under. Last 5 games. So look into this further. Loyola Chicago, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see, Bonaventure. Let's account that. This is an interesting game. Oh man. I thought I had to play on this one. Oh man. Let me look into this. Let me take a deep dive into this one. This is a tricky one. Let me take a deep dive into it. Let's look into this further. Let me see something here. I like St. Bonaventure in the first half, plus 1.5. I like the Bonnies in the first half here. I think they get ahead of the curve early and often. They had done so against Davidson at home, and plus the Bonnies they haven't won a road game yet. They've lost their last 3 road games, so I believe they get right here. They've won 2 straight, but that's at home. Yeah, on the road they haven't been really doing it on the road, and Loyola Chicago. I don't trust them as a favorite. I know it's gone up to 2.5, 3.5 in some books, but I like Bonaventure in the first half plus 1.5. At least to jump out to the lead, get a good start. That's my best play for that one. Plus 1.5 St. Bonaventure. Next one here, Indiana Wisconsin is 9.5. The spread at Wisconsin, total 151. I thought I saw a 10 come up. I guess no 10s came up. It's been 9.5 since 9.5, 9. 8.5 has come down to. Let's look at this one. I'm just seeing 9.5. Let's see. Let's see the 9.5 single angle. Okay, we saw a 9.5. The Superbucks got 9.5 at the Westgate. But not much movement there. Yeah, it's been quiet. Let me see. I'm going to lean to Indiana to cover the points. I know they've had so-so success in Wisconsin, but I'm going to take Indiana here. This is a 9 o'clock start. Yeah, I like Indiana on the points, plus 9.5. I'm going to take Indiana. I think they keep this close. They've been playing hard a little bit the last few games. They've been coming on strong. So I do like the Hoosiers here and the points. I think they keep this close. Yeah, I like him. I like Indiana in this spot. 9.5. Yeah, I like him here. Yeah, I like Indiana here in the points. I like him a lot. Yep, and it's 9.5. Yeah, I definitely like him here. 9.5 plus 9.5. If he gets to 10, I'd still take Indiana plus 10. Yeah, I like him in this spot because Indiana, like I said, they've been covering big spreads on the road. They've been covering at Purdue. They covered Ohio State. They've covered at Penn State. So if they can cover at these venues, they should be able to cover at Wisconsin. I mean, yeah, especially close to a double-digit spread. I like him here. I know they covered it once as a double-digit favorite. That was at Minnesota. That was at home against Minnesota, and they covered Nebraska. But I like Indiana here. 9.5 plus 10. Indiana. I like him here in this spot. USC Northwestern -1 Northwestern. It opened at total's gone all the way down to 138.5. It's gone to -3. I definitely got to play on this one. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I did definitely have a play here in this game. Northwestern, USC 3.5. Total has gone down to 138. I like Northwestern on the money line. I think that Northwestern wins on the money line. I like him here on the money line, and especially when I see the threes come up. 1.5 now it's gone to 3. Yeah, I definitely have to lean Northwestern here. -3 Northwestern. I take him on the money line. I know the public is on the USC, but I like the I like Northwestern on the money line, and public's all over the over in this one. That's 139. I'm gonna stay away from the total. I like Northwestern here on the points. I like him here a lot. Let's look at this one a little quick. Take a look at this quickly for this game. It's a 9 o'clock game. Yeah, this is their first time playing too. First meeting. Yeah, I like Northwestern here. I know they haven't been. I like they've lost 3 straight games. They lost 2 at home, but now they're playing a non-conference opponent. So this is different here. Non-conference. I think they get a win here against USC. USC, they have flip-flop wins and losses. They are not consistent. They have been flip-flopping wins and losses. But I do like USC here. I think they get it done. I like the money line. Money line USC. I think they end the losing streak tonight and get a win. Let's see. Michigan, UCLA at home against Michigan State. UCLA 3.5 point favorites at home against Michigan State. Michigan State's total's 140.5. That's the total. Right now it's come all the way down to 1.5 too. So this line's dropped down a little bit. Yeah, so it's come all the way down here to 2. 2's on the board. That's USC. That's UCLA. So it's come all the way down. Yeah, this thing's dropped. And we're seeing 1.5. Let's see here. This thing's dropping all the way down. Now the over/under, it's 140. So it looks like it's going over. It's trending to the over. Let's see here. That's UCLA at Michigan State. This is a 10 o'clock game. 10 o'clock. UCLA at Michigan. Let's look at this game here. A lot of games, a lot of action here. Michigan State 9-1 last 10 games. They had won 9 straight games, but lost to USC by 6 points. They were a 4-point favorite and lost to USC. It was under 150. It was under the total for that game. Now they're at UCLA, and now they're 2-3 to the under last 5 games. UCLA 6-4 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. UCLA has won 5 straight games. They've won 3 games at home, 2 on the road, and they've actually covered 3 out of the last 5 games. So they have been covering spreads. Covered 2 games at home. Non-conference and conference they've been covering. That's UCLA. They've been playing well. And 3-2 to the over. 3-2 to the over. Michigan State's 2-3 to the under. This is a tricky one here. Man, let's look at this one. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at this one closely. Oh yeah, this is a close one. I'm gonna have to go with the hot hand. Let's see. Let me go back here again. They play some very close games, and Michigan has won at UCLA the last 2 times. They've won in there. But I'm gonna ride UCLA here. They've won 5 straight games. They are playing well. Michigan, they had their win streak ended at USC. I gotta go with UCLA here. UCLA and the money line. I like UCLA and the money line here. Yeah, I like UCLA. UCLA and the money line for me. This is going to be a close call. I'm not sure if I'm even going to get to the window, but I like UCLA here, and I like UCLA here. I believe they cover this game, and believe it or not, I like the even a better one. I like the over in this game, over 140.5. I know the last few games have gone under, but I'm going to go with the over in this game. UCLA, I feel like UCLA offensively at home, they're going to dictate the pace of this game. I find they dictate the pace, and I believe when they dictate the pace, it tends to go over the total. It tends to go over. So I like the over more. Over 140.5 tip for me. I realize that the number is dropping down. I don't agree with actually it's going up. Sorry, it's not dropping. It's going up. So I do like the over. I definitely like the over here. Over 140.5. I like that one more. 140.5 over. I lean UCLA for the win, but 140.5. I like the over in this one. So So put me down for that one. And that's it for college basketball. We've gone through all the games, or all the main games, all the big games we've gone through. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Abby. Whether you fade or follow, it's up to you. I just basically look at the games and see and just choose them how I see fit and how I like it. But whatever you do, cash or trash, or fade or follow, I hope you cash your tickets. Good luck. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Peace. We'll see you tomorrow.